morning, family. It's Tasha, MamabearPrepping. You already know what time it is. Get your coffee, pull up. I've already been drinking it. You see from the other side. Get your drink and pull up. Let's talk about it. So, welcome to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. I've been trying to do this video for about an hour, and I just keep cleaning everything and stopping. So, I'm going to concentrate on you, and we're going to get into it. We're going to talk about how nobody can tell you like how much time you have left until a big event. With the conflict going on, nobody can tell you. Obviously, I know a lot of us are tracking that stuff. We're following channels that are following it as closely as they can. So we're trying to get information as soon as we get it. But to be honest, we might not have a warning about certain things. Things might just start to happen. And so I'm hearing dates, I'm hearing different things that things might happen. And when people start throwing out dates or information that they're getting from somewhere, I try to take pause because I'm the type of person, I'm into emergency preparedness, and I do get a little bit more amped when I get certain information right, where other people like hubby, he doesn't get as excited as I get about certain things. He's all about emergency preparedness. He does all the things with me. He loves doing the things with me. He knows it's important, but he doesn't get that excitement or like heavy urgency. Like, is there truth to that? Is there truth to these dates that people are saying that they think certain things are going to happen? Whatever. All we can do is push forward and get ready. I want to go over things that you can still do, okay? Because I think that there's still time. I think that every single day that we wake up and we're able to do stuff is a blessing. Every time I do the dishes or some laundry, I think about grid down, and I think, you're doing this, Tasha. You're doing this laundry you don't want to do right now, because you're going to be more upset if grid down happens and you have a bunch of dirty clothes. You're going to be, my anxiety level and everything is going to be through the roof. Whereas I make myself and force myself to do certain things so that our quality of life will be better should stuff happen. Okay. So there's still things you can do. So here's a list of different things you guys can do that you have freedom to do right now, right? There's no negativity centered around them as far as limits, rationing. Hey, you can't get this, you can't find it. Yes, there's stuff you can't find, but let's get into it. So first one is, you should be getting your fuels, okay? I can't stress that enough. I understand if you're in an apartment and you cannot get fuel, you cannot keep fuel. We did that for a very long time. It did make me uncomfortable that we couldn't keep gas like that. But at the end of the day, don't lose sleep over that. It just is what it is. I got over it. It is what it is. It was going to be a prep that we just were not going to have, okay? And we'll just deal with that, okay? But if you have a home, you have a place where you can safely keep gas outside, not in your garage, you guys. It has to be in a vented area, okay? Has to be outside, has to be not in the direct sunlight. It has to be covered in some sort of cage. There is proper caging and places to properly put your fuel to be able to keep it safe and locked up from other people trying to get it, or away from view of other people trying to see you have fuel, okay? So you should be getting fuel. You should be getting gas, diesel, whatever you need for your generators, extra gas for your cars. You should be thinking butane, the smaller propane bottles. They have 20 pounders. If I had a 20 pounder, let's say on my barbecuer, I would be thinking, okay, I'm going to go to Costco or Home Depot, wherever. I'm going to get another one. I'm going to purchase another one. I'm going to get it filled, and I'm going to keep that. There's bigger ones that you can buy as well from Home Depot, places like that you can get and fill and keep. But those 1 pounders, I love those 1 pounders, and you can get them. I would continue to get those 1 pounder propanes. They're super, super convenient. Butane, any other fuels that you use for your jet water, your jet boils, your instant coffee boilers, all that good stuff, that fancy stuff you can buy. All those little pop-up stoves that are like literally this small, and they're metal and they just pop out and you put the thing on. Get that stuff, okay? Go to your Dick's and your I don't know, is it Five Below? All these different stores that sell camping gear and outdoors gear. Go to those places. They have all this stuff, okay? Obviously, you want to go to the places where you can get it the cheapest, but the places where it's cheapest is not is not always there, right? Walmart, for example, here has been, my sister let me know, they've been running out the whole time. They can't keep that on the shelf. So I know I'm not going to being able to get it there. However, I went to Dick's to get some toilet bags, and they had tons and tons of that stuff. So get out and about, see where you can get stuff, keep getting your fuels. Next thing I have is stockpile food. That's a no-brainer. Continue to do that. Continue to think culturally what cultures, the types of food that cultures could survive on, right? There's whole cultures, you guys, out there that survive on rice, on beans, on grains, right? Think about that, right? On bread, making daily bread, on just one pot meals, just stews, right? Think about what cultures did to survive, and it's cheap, and buy that stuff in bulk and learn how to cook around certain ingredients, you know, figure out a staple that you and your family could eat, and then just buy things around that staple to make it in different ways. Okay. But stockpile food, that can stop. You know, it's funny because I watched a video by Viking Preparedness. If you guys haven't checked out his channel, he's kind of cool. He's real graspy. I just really like listening to him. He just had a video the other day, was just super, super smart, where he said, look, all this hustle and bustle about do this, do that, get ready, you need this, war's coming, all these channels. He's like, listen, you just need two things. The two things that you need to worry about to survive, to truly just to survive, meaning to stay alive, is food. You need food, and you need, and bad people. You have to prepare for bad people. You need food to survive, and you need to prepare for bad people. Okay. Again, the people that we talk about all the time on here, desperate people, people who are going to be showing up, trying to ask for assistance or ask for help possibly. Okay. Desperate people that do not have that food. Okay. Yes. Is there other things that are important that you need? Yes. Is there other arguments of stuff that you absolutely need to have? Yes. Right. We all know you need water, just as much, but he's right. It's the simple things, right? You can get by. Well, some people can't, but you can get by without matches and lighters and things like that. There's ways to start fires without that stuff. Yes, not all people know those skills and can be able to do that, but all this fancy preps we get and things we buy, listen, we're going to be learning to live with less, and this stuff runs out eventually. Okay. So it will depend on how you can survive, but you have to have food. Okay. And you have to be able to, protect your family, protect your preps, and, be prepared for bad people. It was a good video. It was very, very simple, but it was dead on. Okay. Next thing is practice with your gear. You've got to get your stuff out. You've got to practice with it. If you've got generators of some sort, you got to pull that stuff out. Your lanterns, figure out now, are they solar, are they battery? Take stuff out of the packaging. Do not keep it in the packaging. Stage stuff throughout your house, throughout your home. Make it convenient. Make it like, hey, if I was in this room and it's grid down, where is stuff staged? What would make this place beautiful? I'll just share with you guys right now, you know, God is good. First of all, God is good, and I praise him. Okay. And he doesn't give you anything that you can't handle, but our sewer system, you know, we went good. We were good. We got it cleaned out. We got some work done. We fixed some leaks, and it's not over, you guys. For us, unfortunately, it's looking like, our tank is filling way too fast, and it's looking like we have a much bigger problem with our leach field, and possibly having to troubleshoot that. And hopefully that doesn't turn into a replacement or movement or whatever, but we're back in it. We're literally back in the shit, you guys. So I'm sharing that because, you know, you never know what's going to happen in life. You got to be ready, and we're fine. We're ready. We pulled out the stuff. We're totally prepared. Okay. But something so simple, right? In figuring out, and that's what's good about people who have gone through things, is because you realize things that you want or you need, or things that would just make life easier in that situation. You know, I had just bought an incense holder for a different room, bunch of incense, just a bunch of different kinds. And I lit one of those babies in the room that we have set up with the emergency toilets. And it just set the scene, you guys. I know it sounds silly, but it just was very, very calming, It smelled wonderful. It was like, it totally changed the game and the scene. I can't even explain it, okay? So to me now, I know I need to prep a ton of incense, right? And burn incense in my emergency toilet area. Like, I know that that's like a must have now, because it's amazing. Okay. So that's peak game. I'm going through a horrible thing right now. But hey, take that for what it is. Get you some incense, baby, and get that in your preps. Okay. But practice with your gear. Pull out your stuff. I can't stress that enough. Pull your stuff out and play with it. Okay. If you have comms and gear, play with it. You have a CB radio, pull it out. See if you can hear something on it. Okay. Take it in your car if you can't hear something at your house. Okay. Maybe you need a bigger antenna. Play around with stuff. You're not going to know if you don't pull it out and try stuff. Okay. Let's see. Next one I have is stockpile for pets. Pets is being an issue. I talked a little bit about this on another video, and I had a subscriber actually pinned her comment, I believe, on that video. Because she was a vet, right? She has a ton of experience with animals, and she basically was just had a wonderful comment about pets and animals and what dogs and cats can eat, and that you know, what's good for us is that dogs can eat almost anything. There's some very specific foods that dogs can't have, but for the majority, they can eat what you and I eat. Okay, and so that is amazing, because that makes it very easy. Not thinking, hey, I can't prep. Maybe some of you were like, oh man, I can't prep dog food, or one day it runs out. What do I do? I don't want my animals to die. You know, knowing things like that will be helpful, because you're prepping food and that food can be given to your animals. Or going a step further with real food and canning it. A ton of people do that. They make their own dog food, their own cat food, and they can it, and it's regular food, you guys. So figure that out, but you have time right now to do this stuff, is what I'm saying. You have freedom to right now. There's no crazy lines at the gas line to get gas. Get your gas, right? Play with your preps now. Get the preps that you need. Get the things for your pets while you can, right? All the extra stuff for your pets. Flea medicine, you know, tick medicine, antibiotics, regular fever stuff, nail clippers, any kind of bougie sleep beds and toys and things like that. Chew snacks and chew toys. Get all that stuff now, okay? Get the future stuff, right? You have that stuff now in the house that they're using, but get your dog bones and your different things later. I don't know if you guys know those dog bones you buy. I looked at the expiration on one of those bad boys. It was super long, okay? It was like 2 years out, okay? So it's crazy, but take a look at that stuff. Get your future stuff, all right? Next thing I have is your medical and med substitutes, right? So don't stop on meds. Don't stop the push on vitamins. You need to be researching your substitutes for your over-the-counter stuff, your substitutes for your prescription stuff. Any kind of ailments you have, you need to be sitting down and figuring out what your holistic options are going to be, and what your backups are going to be, and get that stuff. You can do it now. So be prudent and get that stuff now, okay? Next thing I have is antibiotics, so same area, right? Jay's case, I know that Canadian Prepper just did a big push on that. I think Rogue Preparedness, I'm pretty sure I saw a video of her pushing Jay's case, and basically it's this case that you can get that's full of antibiotics, right? I think though, you answer some questions, and you have to answer that yes, you have a doctor. If you say no, you don't have a doctor, it's not going to go through. But basically you pay for it. I'm not affiliated in any way yet. I think they sent me an email a while ago. I just get so many emails and offers, you guys. It's hard to just decipher, but it's essentially a bag of antibiotics. So if you're interested in that, I would go to one of their channels and look up their affiliate links so you can get you set up with that, or just go straight to the website. But they probably have a code that you can use on their websites where you can get a slight discount, okay? Next thing I have is organize and clean your home. So I talked about that earlier about I make myself do the dishes. I make myself stay up on the laundry. Literally, I have a load, I make myself do it. Now, I know a lot of people are like, there's no way, you're not normal, you know, life gets away from you. And yes, it does, okay? It's not always, I'm, you know, so particular or OCD that as soon as I have a load, I'm washing it. No, we get backed up too. You guys, we're a normal family, a normal life. But I try to tell myself, keep up on it, do on it, because of what I don't want to get caught is with, you know, dirty dishes and dirty clothes for grid down, even if it's grid down for 24 hours. I don't want to have that goes to your peace of mind, your mental game. You know, you're walking around in a house with no power and things like that, and you know, the energy is higher than normal. You don't want to be seeing dirty stuff or a dirty house in general, right? It's going to be depressing. You want to have a nice, calm home, so that your mind is not cluttered with figuring out how you're going to wash these dishes, you know, opposed to, you know, it could be done and now you can work and concentrate on what is the next steps in whatever the emergency crisis is, right? Working on your actual plan that you're going to pull out, that you've written out on what you're going to do, okay? Next thing I have is, and remember Viking Preparedness, he talked about this fortification. We talk a lot about that. Fortification, 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 security in your home, fortifying your doors, your windows, your points of entry, your fence line, your anything, okay? All of that stuff matters. Continue to work on that. I know that everybody can't just do all that stuff. There's stuff we need to do here, trust me. And we're just having to prioritize it in order of what's the cheapest stuff we can do, what's the stuff that we can do right away, so that we up our game immediately, okay? And you're gonna just do the same. You're gonna prioritize what can you afford right now, what are the cheaper options that you can do so that you can, you know, get better with making your home a hard target and not a soft target for somebody to just take advantage of you. You gotta protect your preps, you gotta protect your family. And like he said, it's true. Those are the two things you need to worry about if stuff really pops off, okay? Next thing I have is downloading. You still have time to download information off the internet, music, pictures, maps, you name it. You still have access to the internet right now today. And so therefore you have freedom to order stuff from Amazon, research something, buy a book, get something, all this stuff that I mentioned today. You still right now in this moment have time to do that stuff. But in any day we could wake up to where these things are going to be hard for you to procure. They're going to be hard for you to get, okay? And some of them, if you try to venture out to get them, it's going to be dangerous, okay? And so the point is to get this stuff now so you have it, so you don't have to go out. You don't have to put yourself in harm's way. You don't have to deal with crazy people, because trust me, there's going to be people that are not going to know how to handle this stuff, that are not prepared, and you do not want to be in the mix of that, okay? You want to be prepared. And then the last thing I have is prep for your gardening. It's not too late. It's not too late for the 22 season. It's not too late if you want to start seeds. It's not too late if you want to wait and get, you know, plants that are already started from the store. It's not too late to grab some wood and grab scraps and get on Marketplace or whatever, a free app, and get free materials to build you some boxes. It's not too late to go to Dollar Tree and get some Dollar Tree containers. It's not too late for that stuff, you guys. Seeds are not that expensive. You can take your old milk cartons. If you drink milk, just start keeping those, rinse them out, wash them out, cut them in half, use them for planters. There is a ton of stuff that you can do to be able to plant stuff this year. It is not too late. So prep though, get that stuff. I just did the video yesterday of things that are, I think that are gonna be hard to find, hard to get, that people are going to make a run on. And somebody mentioned in the comments, hey, garden supplies. I think garden supplies is people are going to make a run on that stuff, and it's going to be hard to find stuff. And I think that's an amazing comment, okay? Very, very good point. I think that is, I agree with that. I think that people are starting to realize that maybe they need to start thinking about themselves, being more self-sufficient, and getting more food and getting more preparedness items and getting more gardening stuff and preserving food more. And so that stuff for us, you know, people that are buying that stuff and interested in that stuff all the time, more people are going to be interested. Therefore, it's going to be hard to find, or people are going to make a run on it and you're not going to be able to get it at all, okay? So and it doesn't matter what the person is doing it for. They might be doing it just because of pandemic and COVID and because people were losing jobs and this and that. Right? It doesn't have to be some crazy like, oh, it's nuclear war. It can be as simple as you're just preparing your family because inflation is crazy and you're preparing in case you lose your job, okay? Or the economy collapses and you lose your job, or you lose the ability to make money to prepare for your family, right? Or provide for your family. So people are getting smart. They're some people are paying attention more, okay? So just know that uncomfortable conflict is coming, and desperate people are coming, and you have time though already right now to continue to do things, and so do those things, okay? So I will see you guys tomorrow on the next video. You guys take care. Bye.